Hello! So I promised I'd do more of these chatty sketch with me videos. In this video, I'll be talking about art school. And just a really quick disclaimer, even though it's kind of obvious, all art schools are different and all professors are different, and everything is just different actually, because once COVID hit, everything just turned as je voulais. But this is just my experience, so I don't really have a script or anything, so I hope you're gonna enjoy some rambling. I should probably talk about what I'm doing in the video first. So I'm just doing some homework for one of my classes, and I thought that would be fitting because, you know, talking about art school and stuff. Anyway, so this week we have to do 50 5 to 8 minute drawings of people in clothing, which is okay, I guess, because last week we had midterms, and for this class we had to do 1,000 gesture drawings, so it was a little intense, but I'm just happy that I finished on time. And by on time, I mean like 5 minutes before the deadline, literally. That's what happened. I thought I wouldn't, but I did, so I have no excuse not to pass this week since we're only doing 50. So yeah, actually, when I was younger, like before college, like a fun fact, I wasn't actually gonna go to art school. I was gonna go into business because at the time it just made a little more sense to me. I didn't have a lot of art friends who cared about it as much as I did, which is okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but I didn't know anyone who considered taking anything in the creative field for college. I've always kind of known, or my mindset has always been like business or med or law was ideal if I wanted to live a comfortable life. And I know that's pretty traditional thinking, but that's just like what I grew up with. Obviously, like times now, like things have changed, but yeah, back then I had people tell me that they knew people who took art for college and regretted it because I guess for those people, art school made them feel like their creative outlet became more of a chore than something fun. So, you know, just a lot of factors pointed to my taking business, or basically my not taking art for college. So now you're probably wondering why I took it. I'm not gonna go too in depth with it. I guess you could say that I had a moment one day with one of my big brothers, and to keep it short, his advice to me was, if I'm a dreamer, I shouldn't live as if I'm not. And that comforted me a lot. Plus, he mentioned that whatever course I'm going to take, my family's going to be super supportive, which I'm really grateful for. I guess what was going on in my head at the time was that I didn't want them to worry about stability because choosing art as a career isn't very easy, but I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, you know, maybe art is just gonna be a hobby for me, or maybe I'm gonna go somewhere with it. But yeah, I took a risk. I'm still taking the risk, and so far I haven't regretted it. So hopefully it stays that way. Yeah. I hope I don't like fall out of love with what I'm doing. Obviously it's not fun all the time, and a lot of the time it does feel like a chore, but it's kind of like taking vitamins, you know, for me. Like when I take my vitamins, it's like, oh, like, do I have to? But then I know it's good for me. It kind of feels that way when I'm doing like projects I don't enjoy. So yeah, it feels like taking vitamins. You don't want to, but it's good for you, so you do it anyway. Yeah. Also, I'm pretty determined to like get the most out of what I'm learning, now that I actually enjoy what I'm learning. But I'm not saying that art school is easy, because it's really not. It's difficult in its own way, and quite honestly, when I went in, I thought I wasn't going to struggle as much as I am, because back then, again, I wasn't exposed to a real community full of creative people. So when it happened, I was like, whoa, I'm not as skilled as I thought I was. And also, whoa, this is amazing, because wow, I get to like geek out about art with people who also want to geek out about art. So it's fun and it's challenging, but it's also kind of overwhelming. That might not be the case for everyone though. I've always known from very early on, when I was just starting out practicing drawing, that if I just worked hard, I'll get to where I want to be. And I'm really grateful that I've always had that mindset, because it keeps me from spiraling when it comes to like, you know what I mean? It's just that when you're surrounded by really talented and creative people who are a lot more skilled than you are in a field that you specialize in, comparison isn't avoidable, and it's a different experience for everyone. For me, in terms of skills, I find it really, what's the word? Motivating, inspiring, challenging, when I meet people who are a lot better than I am at things that I think I'm good at. Because like, wow, first of all, what an honor. And second, I get the chance to learn from this person and to ask them questions and listen to their story. And I don't know, I just find it really exciting, because I think everyone has a journey, and it's always nice to hear about. And just, if you're in the art world, you're gonna hear practice makes perfect a lot, and that's true. It just so happens that some people progress faster than others, and that's just how it is. But it's okay, baby steps. However, the thing that makes me struggle the most with is comparison in terms of creativity and ideas. I try not to think about that so much, but for one of my classes, creative ideas are what our professor looks at. So with that class, it's not a matter of skill, it's a matter of creativity and originality. So everyone has a way of doing and creating things. It's just that there are people who are just way more imaginative than others, and I am not one of them, which is a bummer, because I really like that class. And I'm not saying that my ideas aren't creative. I'm not like bullying myself or anything. I just think that they are crazy amazing, and I don't know how their brain works, and they fascinate me. But it also makes me feel like, darn, like how do I get even more creative, Because if I put myself in a circle of people who aren't in art school, I'm the creative one. But then if I go to the other group full of creative people, I'm like the basic one. I feel like being imaginative is just something you're born with, but I don't know, maybe there are methods on how to boost creativity, but yeah, that's my main struggle, I would say. And drawing hands, it's not easy for everyone. I envy the people who just draw hands so effortlessly. I still like being around people like them though, because when I went to art school, I felt like I finally belonged, I know that sounds super cheesy, but the feeling I got was more of like a finally moment, because I wasn't forced into this box wherein I had to study lessons I was never really gonna use or have already forgotten. Obviously, I still have minor subjects like math and science, etc., but at least I have a reason to take more time focusing on what I like, which are the major subjects like character design and the artsy ones. It's not all rainbows and fairy tales, by the way. Like, I know that I probably sound like super excited about what I'm learning, but it's still really stressful and it can get draining sometimes. And obviously, I've submitted some projects that I did the night before, there are moments like that still. And I do know people who have dropped out because they no longer liked what they were doing. Either way, I feel like everyone will struggle with whatever they're studying because that's just school. But I feel like it's a lot easier for some people when they enjoy what they're doing, and it's easier to like go through the tough moments when you know that this is what you want and this is what you want to learn. And for me and a lot of my friends, that's kind of how we see it, For me now, or at least before the online school thing happened, I really wanted to learn. Like, I loved going to school, and even when we didn't have any classes, I would still go to school with my friends, and we do our projects, and sometimes we go to cafes and do our projects. I don't know, it was fun. I mean, I also feel like I got really lucky with my professors. They're all like super understanding and they really know how to teach and stuff because, not gonna lie, not all professors are very good at teaching. So I guess the professors I got really played a big role on like how I feel about my experience as an art student so far. And then COVID happened and everything went downhill from there. I didn't even like finish my freshman year. I mean, I did, but I didn't get to finish it properly, I would say, because around March of last year, I guess it was like a big pause for everyone and we had to like adjust to whatever this is gonna be. Quite honestly, I would say that I've learned a lot so far, but I can't say that I'm learning a lot now, now that everything is online, I mean. Because back then we had demos and we had our professors like, in front of us in class and we could like interact and share ideas. But I mean, obviously now you can do that online, but it's just different. I don't know, it's just different. For me, at least, it is not effective. Like, we were in the middle of our anatomy class and we were studying skulls, I think. I don't know. But before that, we were studying the rest of the body, obviously. And when it came to skulls, that's when everything went online. And from that point onwards, I don't really remember anything anymore, which is a bummer. I wanted to learn more about skulls and how they work and the shapes and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, I went to art school so I could immerse myself in an environment that'll help me grow as an artist, but now I feel like that purpose just disappeared, So I'm just like, what am I doing? And I do have a lot of friends who've dropped out and plan on taking it again once everything gets back to normal. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just take my minors, honestly, like the basic general subjects that everyone needs to take. And then when I get back, like in actual school, I can take the rest of my time focusing on my majors. But yeah, it's a pretty confusing time. I'm really glad though that most of our professors are really understanding of the situation, and I know that this isn't easy for everyone. But yeah, if you're thinking about going to art school or taking like a skill-based course, I suggest that you wait a little bit, like from my experience, and if I had to give anyone advice, because I know that a lot of you who are watching are probably like creatives as well. Like if you asked for a sign from the world or something, yeah, this is your sign. I just feel like you're gonna learn way more and make the most out of what you're studying, literally in school than online, because online art school kind of feels like art club. I don't know if you went to art club in school, but back then when I was in art club, they'd give us like a few tips, like a few drawing tips that we already kind of know, and then we're given like a prompt and that's it. It kind of feels like that, but a little more demanding, like what I'm doing right now. Unless you're in an area that's like finally normal and peaceful and your mind and your health is like doing really well, then go ahead. I mean, why not, I also just want to say a few things for the lost and confused, because same. If you don't know what you want to do yet, that's okay. If you decide to take a break, maybe take a gap year, just go ahead. There's nothing wrong with graduating a little later than your peers. Like I know a lot of people who are like kind of forcing themselves into this bubble just so they can finish school and stuff, and obviously that's fine. If that's literally what you want, then go ahead. But if you want to take a break and you're allowed to take a break, but your mind just tells you not to because you don't want to get delayed, just don't listen to your mind all the time. I mean, like obviously if that's what you want, then go ahead, it's your life. But if you want to take a break, it's totally fine to take a break. If it makes you feel any better, I'm currently underloading my units, so I'm delayed. Like, I'm gonna be graduating a little later than most people, but I don't know, like, for me, in my case, I'd rather take things slow and learn than kind of rush the process. And if you decide to keep going and finish school ASAP, there's nothing wrong with that either, because then you get to finish and finally be free of exams and stuff. But yeah, I guess for those people who do know what they want to do in college, assuming it's arts related, but external factors like keep you from taking that course, it's not the end. A lot of people I know end up taking jobs far from the field they studied in college, so I hope that gives you some sort of comfort. You also have the option to take up like a short certificate course after you resolve that external factor, or maybe study again if you really want to. You can self-study as well, or learn from a mentor in the field you want to be in. So, I hope you don't get discouraged from doing what you love, because life, especially nowadays, can be a pain in the butt. But we're strong and we're capable, and we're not gonna let these bad things win, are we? But yeah, it's okay to step back and take some time to reflect. Doesn't matter if you're 14 or 28 or 32 or 47 or 61, however old you are. I feel like in the art world, the creative world, age doesn't really make that much of a difference. At least that's just how I see it. And I'm pretty sure you're not alone either. Like, how many people are there in the world right now? 7 billion? 7.8? 7.9? I think? I'm not sure. But yeah, it's still a lot of people, so there's plenty of us, so you're not alone in this. Even though I'm taking an art course and doing what I love and trying to like practice what I'm preaching, I'm still confused. I don't know where I'm going, but to me, I guess right now, I feel like whatever I'm gonna take, I'm still gonna be kind of confused. So I might as well just do something I enjoy while being confused, if that makes sense. But yeah, as long as it doesn't harm you or anyone else for that matter, do what you love, you know? Actually, I'm not gonna take credit for that. That's like my brother's life motto, and I've kind of like embedded it into my system as well. But yeah, negativity, though it's unavoidable to keep the balance, it doesn't last forever. I've had my fair share of doubts and mistakes and regrets, not drawing enough or not drawing earlier or not eating healthy food or not working out. Yeah, you know, this applies to a lot of things, but it's all okay, you know? It's okay. I'm good. You're good. We're gonna be okay. We never know what tomorrow will bring. Maybe there will be sunshine and rainbows. What are the odds? I mean, very little, yeah, but there's still a little. This got kind of deep. That wasn't my intention, and I'm sorry if that's not what you expected. But yeah, I feel like that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that little talk kind of gave you some comfort in a way, or at least kept you company. Let me know if there are any more topics you want me to chat about in videos like this. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go now.